I have always wanted a drone. Ever since the Mavic Pro came out and I saw all of these YouTubers getting these astonishing aerial shots, there was only one problem. Oh. But then, later last year, something magical happened. Oh. So after Christmas, I found myself with a gift card, and I decided now would be the time I would finally have cinematic aerial shots. That is until I actually went to go fly the drone and I realized that most of Arizona is a restricted area due to all the airports here. We'll talk about that later. First, let's talk about the drone itself. It is a tiny drone. It literally fits in my pocket. In the box, it comes with the drone, the controller, a USB cable, extra propellers, a little screwdriver for changing the propellers, and a battery. Speaking of the battery, let's talk about charging. The battery is charged right inside the drone itself using micro USB. This is perfect because you can charge it anywhere, even in your car on the way to fly your drone because you forgot to charge it before you left. I'm not speaking from experience, I swear. The controller is charged a little weirdly. I would have never figured it out without looking it up. The port where you plug in the cord for your phone also acts as a micro USB port. You just have to be very careful as to which direction you have the micro USB cable facing. Make sure that the little hole in the tip of the micro USB is facing downward when you plug it in. This is the first week it's hitting the 90s. I'm not a fan. This thing always falls off. It's actually pretty windy out right now. I'm a little nervous about flying this. I don't want to have to, but if I absolutely have to, I will bail and come back another day or later in the day. But let's see if I can do it right now. It's so windy. Rocks. The wind keeps dying down and coming back, so I'm gonna have to wait for a good moment. Because I feel like once it's in the air, it'll be okay. Boo-doo-doop. You gotta open the DJI Fly app. Because they give you a different app for some reason. I don't know. I guess they couldn't embed different modes for different drones, but whatever. The wind has died down, so I'm gonna see if I can get this. I'm in a restricted zone here. I can't even fly if I wanted to. Damn, that sucks. I'm gonna have to find a new spot. I'm actually like in the middle of an airport. I didn't even realize that, like in the flight path of an airport. This is a pretty cool thing though. Just quick little, this one. But never get leather seats in your car. The sun was shining right in on the seat and now I can't even sit down. It's too hot. Check the map. Holy shit. The place, most of Arizona is like blacked out. Like if you zoom out, the entire Phoenix area is just covered in these. Okay, so I found a new area. This is a lot more neighborhoody and a lot more parky than I was hoping. And I have no... Oh my god, there's a turtle over there. Oh, he went away. That's bad. The wind's picking up now. Of course it is. Compass calibration required. Okay. You gotta do this every once in a while. Just gotta pick it up and rotate it. There we go. And I guess that calibrates the compass. Shit, I didn't even think about this. I'm in Arizona. It's like 100 degrees out right now. I didn't even think if it would overheat. I'll try. Jeez, everything is going crazy right now. I'm just gonna do it. Woo! We're just taking it a little bit. Okay, I have another shot idea. I'm gonna fly through this. This video is from the perspective of someone who has never flown a drone before, so if you want any technical, in-depth flying review stuff compared to more professional drones from people who know what they're talking about, I'll leave a couple links in the description of places where I went to. So, it's a cheaper drone. That must mean it only has a 1080p camera, right? No, actually. Oh, so it's 4K? No. The camera's 2.7K, which is a little bit bigger than 1080p, and the results that you can get from that are amazing. The footage is just a touch over-sharpened if you ask me, but you can always fix that in post. I'd say the footage is about comparable to a cell phone camera. There was actually just a new firmware update that just came. I just downloaded it like 2 days ago, like while I was filming this. And it allows you to not only film in 24 frames per second, which previously wasn't offered, it also gives you full manual control over your drone and allows you to actually adjust the ISO, the shutter speed, and the white balance yourself. However, you cannot adjust your aperture. So if you want to keep your shutter speed, double your frame rate, you'll need ND filters, which I don't have. I'm sorry. If you're a filmmaker or photographer, you're probably familiar with the thought, hey, that looks pretty cool, I want to go shoot it, only to be confronted by an old, underpaid security guard. This is why I feel like it's important to not only invest in big professional equipment, but also small, discreet equipment that can blend in with the crowd. You can't really get away with everything with this drone, but the amount of stuff that you can get away with significantly improves. Remember how I said where I live is basically a giant no-fly zone? Well, the reason I got this drone is it's because it's underneath that 250 gram limit that the FAA set for you to register your drone with them. This doesn't mean you can be blatantly obnoxious with your drone. Stop, no, don't get that thought out of your head, stop it. It just means you have a lot more leniency as to where you can fly this thing. I think this is the perfect first drone for anybody, whether you're a filmmaker or you just want a drone for bragging rights. And it flies so easily. I got it almost immediately on the first try. And it's like it almost flies itself.
Alright guys, that's all I have for this video. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys later. Wait. What?